Hello everyone, my name is Sally. Welcome back to my video. Today is the day 15 of my reading challenge. Chapter 4. The Man Who Didn't Look Right. The psychologist Gary Klein once told me a story about a woman who attended a family gathering. She had spent years working as the paramedic, and upon arriving at the end, took one look at her father-in-law and got very concerned. "I don't like the way you look," she says. Her father-in-law, who was feeling perfectly light, jokingly replied, "Well, I don't like your looks. I don't your looks either." "No," she insisted. "You need to go to the hospital now." A few hours later, the man was undergoing life-saving surgery. After an examination had revealed that he had a blockage to a major artery and was at immediate risk of a heart attack. Without his daughter-in-law's intuition, he could have died. What did the paramedic see? How did she predict his impending heart attack? When major arteries are obstructed, the body focuses on sending blood to critical organs and away from peripheral locations near the surface of the skin. The result is a change in the bottom of the distribution of blood in the face. After many years of working with people with heart failure, the woman had unknowingly developed the ability to recognize this bottom on sight. She could explain what it is that he noticed in her father-in-law's face, but she knew something was wrong. Similar stories exist in other fields. For example, military analysts can identify which belief on a radar screen is an enemy's missile and which one is a planned from their outfit, even though they are traveling at the same speed, flying at the same altitude, and look identical on radar in nearly every respect. During the Gulf War, Lieutenant Commander Michael Riley said an entire battleship, when he ordered the missile shot down, despite the fact that it looked exactly like the battleship's outlines on radar. He made the right call, but even his superior officer couldn't explain how he did it. Museum curators have been now to discern the difference between an authentic piece of art and an expertly produced counterfeit. Even though I don't know this word. Even though they can't tell you precisely which detail tip them off. Sorry, Miss Nhi, I will check precisely later because you will fix it before. Okay, I will again. Museum curators have been known to discern the difference between an authentic piece of art and an expertly produced counterfeit, even though they can't tell you precisely which details tipped them off. Experienced radiologists can look at a brain scan and predict the area where a stroke will develop before any obvious signs are visible to the untrained eye. I've even heard of hairdresser noticing whether a client is pregnant based only on the feel of her hair. The human brain is a prediction machine. It is continually taking in your surroundings and analyzing the information it comes across. Whenever you experience something repeatedly, like a paramedic seeing the face of a heart attack patient, or a military analyst seeing a missile on the radar screen, your brain begins noticing what is important, sorting through the details and highlighting the relevant cues, and cataloging that information for future use. With enough practice, you can pick up on the cues that predict certain outcomes without consciously thinking about it. Automatically, your brain encodes the lessons learned through experience. We can always explain what is it we are learning, but learning is happening all along the way. And your ability to notice the relevant cues in the given situation is the foundation for every habit you have. We underestimate how much our brains and bodies can do without thinking. You do not have your hair to grow, your heart to pump, your lungs to breathe, or your stomach to digest. And yet your body handles all this and more on autopilot. You are much more than your conscious self. Consider hunger. How do you know when you're hungry? You don't necessarily have to see a cookie on the counter to realize that it is time to eat. Appetite and hunger are governed non-consciously. Your body has a variety of feedback looks that gradually alert you when it's time to eat again, and that track what is going on around you and within you. Craving can arise thanks to hormones and chemicals circulating through your body. Suddenly, you're hungry even though you're not quite sure what tip you off. This is one of the most surprising insights about our habits. You don't need to be aware of the cue for a habit to begin. You can notice and opportunity and take action without dedicating conscious attention to it. This is what makes habits useful. It also makes them dangerous, as habits form your actions come under the direction of your automatic and non-conscious mind. You fall into old patterns before you realize what's happening. Unless someone points it out, you may not notice that you cover your mouth with your hand whenever you laugh, that you apologize before asking a question, or that you have a habit of finishing